Hi everyone, this is Sally, and today I'm going to speak about psychotic depression. In my last video, I spoke about psychotic mania, and I've been psychotically manic a couple of times, but I've also been psychotically depressed. And as I said in my last video, not everybody who has bipolar disorder will experience psychosis. However, some of us do. I've been psychotically depressed once, and it was the worst experience of my life. I had a psychotic manic episode prior, and immediately after that episode I became depressed, and the depression lasted for the better part of a year, and in the depths of that depression I was psychotic. I experienced visual hallucinations, and they revolved around death, and I was also paranoid. I thought people wanted to do experiments on me, and I believed people could hear my thoughts. The hallucinations happened at this one isolated incident. I had done a night shift. I work as a nurse, and I had done a night shift, which was not a good idea at all. And that morning afterwards, I was walking around the botanic gardens near my work, and I saw some figures, which were my visual hallucinations. And I immediately drove home. I went into my room, I shut my blind, and I hid under my covers. And I think about a day or two after that, I was admitted into hospital. And I was hospitalised for 10 weeks. And during that episode, I was treated with ECT, or electroconvulsive therapy. So I had a 2-week course, which consisted of 6 treatments. And that ECT had pulled me out of that depression like nothing had done before. And I was pretty much back to normal after those 2 weeks. I only really told one person about what was going on during that time because I was very paranoid. I didn't trust many people. And that was the nurse who was admitting me. I don't really have tips for people who are experiencing psychosis or who are psychotically depressed. I don't really remember much of that time, and everything was just too scrambled for me to really comprehend what was going on in the world at the time. But I do have a tip for people who are caring for others who are experiencing psychosis, and it's really simple. It's just empathy and validation. The nurse who I did tell about what was going on, she was admitting me into hospital, and I knew her from previous hospitalizations. And when I told her, she said, "I feel so sorry for you, Sal. This is horrible. This is going on for you, but we're going to work to fix this, and to fix it as soon as we can." And in that moment, I felt safe and I felt supported. So what she did was quite simple, but it was very powerful. But most importantly, if you have experienced psychosis or you are experiencing psychosis, know that it can be treated, and it can be treated quickly. And also know you're not alone. Thanks.